In this project, we are going to create multifunctionality accordion component which focuses on creating a dynamic and interactive accordion component using React. So we'll first begin by setting up the project environment and developing the foundational accordion item. And as we progress, we'll work on implementing props to pass the data and customize each accordion item and render a list of items dynamically. Further, we'll manage state to control the open and closed states of the accordion. We are going to develop a toggle function and we are going to build accordion single item component to encapsulate item specific logic. By passing props and utilizing the children prop, we are going to ensure a flexible and reusable accordion design, enhancing user interaction and component functionality. So, this project will be very exciting and you will be learning multiple concepts related to states and different ways of passing the props. So, let's get started with this exciting project. Let us see the project demo. In this, we are going to build accordion which will be having two functionalities. So one by one, let us understand those functionalities. So this is the first one. Here, I will click on this. Plus icon is changed to minus. Again, when I click on this, you can see I am able to open this item as well as I am able to open this item. Again, when I open successfully, I am able to open the third one. Same goes with fourth and fifth. So here, this first item is not aware what other four items are doing. Whether it is open or not open, it is not going to focus on that. If I click on this, it will open. Again, if I click on this, it is going to close. But rest all, it will be open. Again, when I click on this, only then it will be closed. So each of these items are independent of each other. So this is the first functionality. Now let us see the second functionality. Now here I will just click on this. Successfully I am able to open this. But as soon as I open this second one, you can see first one is closed and also icon is changed. Again I will open this. Third is open, second is closed. So using this, I can only open one item. I cannot open all the items. Again, when I click on this, it is going to close. I will open. When I click on this, it will be closed. But I open this, and if I open the next one, automatically the first one will be closed. So these are two functionalities whenever we are creating accordion, and this will be widely used when you are creating any project. If you want to display any FAQs or if you want to display any questions, then you can use this accordion concept. You can either use this first functionality using which each and every item will be opened, or you can use the second functionality. At one point, user can view only one item. So in this project, we are going to create this advanced accordion with these two functionalities. And also, if you see here I am having border, but as soon as this becomes active, my border will be coming on top. So we are going to understand all the stylings. We will see conditionally how to apply the styling and how to build this advanced accordion. Let us now see how to install React app. Here I have created one folder, React project. Right click on this, open with code. I will close this welcome panel. Now I am going to open terminal by using the shortcut Ctrl J. Inside this terminal, I will be writing the command to install my React app. So for that, I will write npx create hyphen react hyphen app, and to follow complete tutorial, here you can simply mention at 5, which means I am using 5th version of create react app space, and now here you can give project name. If you're creating correct operation, you can give correct project. If you're creating to-do list, you can give that name. But for me, simply, I'm just going to write all underscore projects. Hit enter. Now here it is asking me need to install the following packages. I will just click on yes. Now it will be installing all the packages whatever is required to run our React application. Now you can see folder all project is created. Whatever name you have given while installing this React app, that folder name will be created. And for this installation process, you have to wait for some time. Once it is done, you will be having complete file structure to work with. Now successfully, it has installed all the packages and also it has generated me this file structure. Before looking at this file structure, first we have to write this because now we are inside this React project folder. First I have to come inside this folder. I will copy this command, right click here, command will be pasted. I will hit enter. Now I am inside React project folder and after that I have to do npm start. Here I will write npm space start. Hit enter. Now it is going to start a development server and a React app will be started. And this is a React app and it is running on this 3000 port. When you click on this, you will be redirected to official documentation of React, which will help you in every step once you started with React. And here we are having this local. This is the link where a React app is running and on your network. So if you're working on laptop and also if you're having your mobile with you and if you're connected with same network, then using this link, you can open the React app inside mobile as well. But you should be working on same network, only then it is going to work. I will decrease the size. I will close this terminal. Now inside this folder, I am having node modules folder, which is very important to run the packages. Inside public folder, we are having fav icon, logo, and we are having multiple files. But only thing is, we need index.html. I will just delete this file. And to delete multiple files, just press shift, select all the files, right click and delete. And inside src, we have app.css in which we are having some basic stylings which is given to rotate that logo. I do not need this styling. I will remove. Inside this app.js, we are having lot of content. I'm just going to remove this entire header. Simply, I am having this function component. I will remove this logo because I have deleted that. Inside this, I will write h1. Here I will write hello world. Then I do not need these two files. Right click, delete. Then from here, I will select multiple files and I'm just going to right click on delete. Okay, I'm just cleaning the structure. I will come to index.js. From here, I will just clean this. And here I have just rendered app. And inside app.js, simply I have displayed hello world. Again, I will come here. I'm just going to remove this import and also this import, which is importing our index.css. But as of now, I have deleted that. Now you can see this will be the output hello world and the React app is running in 3000 port. So whatever files are not important, we have just cleared that, and whatever files are important, we have kept and we have added some content inside that. Let us start with our project setup. First step, come inside this index.html and from here I'm just going to change the title. Here I will write accordion. Then inside src folder, I will come inside index.js. Inside index.js, our app component is rendered. I will close. Then I'm going to open app.js. Inside this, simply I have displayed hello world. And inside app.css, from starter code, I have copied all the CSS stylings and I have pasted. If you want to give your own styling, then you can proceed with that. Or if you want to follow along with the tutorial, you can copy the stylings from starter code and you can continue with this tutorial. Now I will come inside app.js. Now in this entire project, we are having complete accordion, and inside accordion, we are having accordion items. So below this, I will be creating function, and inside this, I will be writing accordion. And this function is going to return some JSX. Here I will write diff, and for this, I will keep the class as accordion container. Inside this, I will write one history, and for this, I will give the class as FAQ, and here I will write the text as frequently asked questions. And inside bracket, I'm just going to give FAQs. Save it. Now here, only hello world is displayed. Whatever data I'm having inside accordion component, even after returning, I'm not able to get this data. Why? Because now I have to render this accordion inside this app.js. I will copy this function name, remove this entire thing, and here I'm just going to paste accordion component. Now I will come here. You can see successfully I'm able to get this heading. Now what I just want to create separate file for this accordion. I will select this function, right click, refactor, move to a new file. That entire function will be cut from here, and inside src accordion.js will be created. From here, I'm just going to do export default. And inside app.js, while importing, I'm just going to remove this curly braces. Whenever we do this, what happens? It is going to do named export, but usually we always do default export in React environment. So here I will be adding default, and from app.js, I will be removing this curly braces. This import will be happening automatically as soon as this component is moved to new file. Now again you can see I am having the same result. So now this is my accordion. Inside this I should be having accordion item. So for that, directly here inside src I will be creating one file, accordion item.js. From here I'm just going to copy this entire function and here I will be pasting. I will change the component name accordion item, remove this entire thing. I will display h1 and here I will write accordion item. Now inside accordion.js, I want to render this accordion item. I will come and below this h3, I will write accordion item. Hit enter. Accordion item will be imported. Now here you can see below that I am having this heading which I have given inside this accordion item.js. Okay, we have done with our basic setup. First step, you have to copy all the CSS stylings from starter code and you have to paste it here. You can also give your own styling, but whatever React concept we are going to learn, that is completely independent of this styling. So without these stylings also, you can learn the React concept, whatever we are going to learn in this project. Let us start with building our accordion item component. I will be closing all the files and I will open accordion item.js. Control B to close left panel. Inside accordion item, whenever I click, that item will be opened. Again, if I click, that item will be closed. So inside that, we had number, we had one question, and below that, we had the answer for that question. Now we are going to create the static structure. And that structure we are going to see in our result. I will remove this complete H1. Here I will write diff, and here I'm just going to give accordion. Inside this diff container, I will be creating one more diff, and for this I will give the class as accordion hyphen header. Inside this, first what I want to display, I just want to display plus or minus icon. Here I will write plus icon. So for that I will write span, and for this I will give the class as accordion hyphen icon. Inside this, as of now, I am just going to give plus. Below this, I will write one more span, and for this I will give the class as accordion number. Inside this, I will give the static data 0, 1. Below this, I just want to display the question. So here I will write span, and for this I'm just going to give the class as accordion title. And inside this I will write what is React.js. This is my accordion header. Below this I will be creating one more div, and for this I will give accordion hyphen content. Inside this div container I will be giving paragraph, and here I will just give the answer of what is React. I will change the spelling. Inside this I will write React.js is a JavaScript library. React.js is a JavaScript library for building user interfaces. For building user interfaces. So inside this accordion item, I am having one div with the class accordion. Inside that, I am having two sections. One is for header, which will be having icon. You can also give the icon here, but here I have given plus symbol. Then below that, I am having number, and finally below that, I am having question. I will write react.js. And finally, inside another div container, I am having paragraph which will display answer to this question. Save it. I will come here. Now you can see successfully I am able to display my accordion item. Inside that I am having icon. I am having this number, and also I am having this title. And below that this entire content is displayed. Now what I will do? I will come to accordion.js, and multiple times I'm just going to render. Save it. Come here. Now you can see 5 times I'm able to display the same result. So this is my entire accordion, and inside accordion, this is my accordion item. Let us see how to work with props. So when we rendered our accordion item component, each and every time I'm having same number, I'm having same title, and also I'm having same content. You can see this is the same question. What is React.js? 5 times I'm having the same question, and 5 times I will be having the same answer. And also this number is same. But what I want, each and every time whenever my accordion item is rendered, I should be having different question and answer for each and every accordion item. So what I will do? First, inside src, I will be creating one file data.js. Inside this, I will be creating array of object, and each object will be representing one question. So here I will write cons data is equal to array of object. Inside this first object, I will be passing first component data. I will come to accordion item.js. From here, I'm just going to copy this question, and here I will be pasting that question, separate by comma, and for this question I will be giving the answer, copy, and from here I'm just going to paste. Okay, simple. So this is the first object. When accordion item is rendered, first item should be having this data. Then I will separate by comma. I have already created questions for this, and in total we are going to display 5 accordion items. So here I will be passing 5 question and answers. Below this I will be pasting entire data. Simple enough. Similar to this, I have just pasted 4 more objects, and for each and every object we are having different question and different answer. Now here what I want to do, I just want to import this data inside app.js. So to use this data inside any file, first we have to export this data. So I will come below. Here I will write export default data. That's it. I have just exported this data. Once I export it, I can easily import in other files and I can start using. Now I will be closing this data.js. I will open app.js. And why I am importing inside app.js? Because inside this parent app component, we are having accordion. And inside accordion, we are having accordion item. And this entire data has to be displayed inside accordion item. So that data has to be passed from parent to child. You can also import inside accordion.js, but let us import inside app.js and see how to pass the prop inside this child. So here I will be writing import data from, I will be passing the file path. Here I will be writing data. Now this data is having entire array of objects. So now from parent to child, I have to pass the data. So how we can pass data from parent to child? By using the concept of props. Here I will be passing prop. You can give any name, but inside this curly braces, I'm just going to pass the exact same name. Now successfully, I have passed the prop. Now inside accordion.js, I have to receive the props. Here I will be writing props, and inside this, I will be writing log. From here, I will inspect. Inside this console, you can see my prop is displayed, and it is nothing but object which is having entire data content. Inside this data, I am having all this object which is having question and answer. Successfully, I am able to display this data. Now what I want directly, I am just going to destructure. In place of this, I will be writing data, exact same name what we have here. Now I will just copy data and paste it here. Now you can see again whatever data I am having here successfully, even after destructuring, I am able to get this array of object which is having 5 object. You can see 0th index, first, second, third, fourth, and my length is 5. So whatever data I am having inside data.js, successfully I am able to get that data. So now successfully we are able to get the data inside console. Let us see how to render list inside React app. And rendering list is one of the most common thing we will be doing in almost all the React apps. In console, we have got the data. Now what I want, using rendering list concept, each and every time I just want to display different question, and also I want to display different data. So in this lecture, we are going to see how to pass the props in 2 ways, and also we are going to render the list and get different question and answer for each and every accordion item. I will close this app.js. Now inside accordion.js, I have rendered this accordion item 5 times. But as of now, I am just going to remove 4 times and I will only keep 1 time. Now you can see only 1 item is displayed in my result. Now here, this accordion is having our data which is having complete array of object, Now what I will do, I will just loop through all the objects or all the elements present inside the array. So here, this accordion item, I'm just going to wrap inside JavaScript mode, curly braces. I will come down. Here I will be writing my array name, that is data. And to loop through all the array items, I will be using map method. And this will be taking callback function. Here I will be writing item. And inside this parenthesis, now I will be passing my accordion item. Simple enough. So inside this item, first time when it is looping the array, this item will be the first element inside the array. That is nothing but first object inside the array. Again, when it is looping, this item will be holding second object. Again, when it is looping, this item will be holding third object. So how many objects I am having inside the array? That many times it is going to loop and it will be rendering the data. Now in my array, I am having 5 objects. So 5 times this array will be looped and 5 times this accordion item will be rendered. Now here, if I show you, you can see 5 times I am having the same result. Because 5 times using this map method, I am going to loop through the array. Because I am having 5 objects inside this data array. Here only once I have given this accordion item, but using this map method, I have looped through the array and I have displayed this accordion item 5 times. Now what I will do, this item will be having entire object. So this item I will be passing as a prop to this accordion item. I will copy and here I will be writing item and inside this I will be passing my item. So this item first time first object will be having, second time second object data, third time third object data. So it keeps on going. So that data I have passed as a prop to this accordion item. Once I pass the prop, I have to accept the prop inside accordion item. So here I will be writing prop. Below this I will write log display props. Come here, refresh once, inspect this. Now you can see successfully I am able to get this object. So here this will be my first object, this will be my second object and 2 times it has rendered because we are in strict mode. Then third object, fourth object, fifth object. So this props will be having all the object. Now what I will do, directly I am just going to destructure this and here I will be passing item. I will copy, paste, refresh once. Now you can see successfully I am able to get all the object. First object, second object, third object, fourth object, fifth object. So inside accordion.js, this objects I have passed as a prop to this accordion item and I have accepted the prop inside this accordion item. Now this item is having my question as well as answer. I will remove this and item is nothing but object. So I will come inside JavaScript mode and to access properties inside object, we will be using dot operator. And here I will write question. I will remove this entire thing. Now here I will be writing item dot answer. I will change the spelling. Save it. Now if you see the result, you can see each and every time for every accordion item, I am having different question and also I am having different answers. This is the question, this is the answer, question, answer. You can see successfully we are able to display different question and different answer because each and every time we are looping through this array and every time I will be having different object data and that object data will be passed as a prop and that data will be rendered inside our screen. Now let us see second way of passing the prop. This is the first way which is very normal, but if you do not want to pass entire object as a prop, then what you can do? you can create separate props. Here I will write question, and inside question I will be passing item dot question. Okay, from this item directly I am accessing question and I am just passing to this prop. Then next I will be writing answer. Here I will be writing item dot answer. Now this is my prop. Question is the prop which will be holding question from this item object, and this answer is the prop which will be holding only answer from this item object. But now while accepting, instead of passing this item, I have to pass question and answer. Here I will write question, comma, then I will be writing answer. Remove this. Now directly we do not have item. So directly we have to pass our question, and here we have to pass our answer. You can pass in any way. You can either use the first way of passing the prop, or you can use the second way of passing the prop. Now you can see again we are going to have the same result. Even after refresh, I will be having the same result. There will not be having any effect in the result. You can either use the first way or you can use the second way. Let us start working on numbers, and using this technique, we are going to display numbers in different way. So in our output, successfully, we have got different question and different answers, but the numbers are same. For all the accordion item component, I am having the same numbers, that is 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1 and 0, 1. Why? Because inside accordion item.js, I have passed 0, 1. If I pass here 0, 2, 5 times I will be having 0, 2. But I do not want this. Instead, I should be having different numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, and it keeps on going. So here inside accordion.js, we have already rendered this using map method, and inside this map method, we have passed this callback function. So now inside this map method, we can pass second argument which will be holding the index. So here I will be passing index. Once I am having this data I will be passing as a prop. Here I will give the prop name as number. You can also give the prop name as index. But here while passing the data, we have to pass with exact same name. Now I have to accept the prop. Inside accordion item.js, I will separate by comma, and here I will be writing number. Below this, I am just going to display number. Save it. Come here. Inspect this. You can see successfully I am able to get this index number, and our array is 0 based. So that is the reason I am having 0, 1, 2, 3 and 4. So what I will do, remove this, remove all these extra spaces. Now in place of this, I am just going to render number. Save. Come here. Now you can see I am having 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. But what I want, in place of 0, 1, 2, 3, I want numbers from 1, 2, 3, 4. And if the number is less than 9, then I should be having 0, 1, 0, 2, 0, 3, and it has to keep on going. So here we are going to apply one simple trick. Here I will be checking for the condition. If my number is less than 9, then I will be using ternary operator. Then what I will do, if my number is less than 9, I will add here template string. Before number, I will be adding 0. Then I am just going to render this number. And here I have to write dollar. That's it. If my number is less than 9, if this condition is true, I will be adding 0. Then whatever number I am having, I am just going to display that number. Else, simply I am just going to display number. Save it. Come here. Now you can see I am having 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 2, 0, 3, 0, 4. But my number should be starting from 0, 1. But before that, let me come inside data.js. This entire thing I will copy, and below this I will be pasting again. Again I will be pasting. Save it. Now you can see here I am having 0, 0. Then below that 0, 6, 0, 8. But after that I am having 9, 10, 11, 12. So here for 9 I am not having 0. What we can do? I will come inside this Accordion item.js. Here I will be writing number plus 1, and also here I will be writing number plus 1. Let me tell you why we are writing. But now if you see, my number is starting from 0, 1, and also for 9 I am having this 0, 9. Then after that I am having 10, 11, 12. So it keeps on going and we are able to get our result. Now from data.js, I will remove that data, save it. Now successfully, I have rendered this 5 item. Now let us understand this logic. First time, my number is 0. So 0 will be passed here. 0 is less than 9. Yes, the condition is true. I will come here inside this true part. 0 will be added. But here, I am increasing number by 1. Number plus 1, that is 1. 0, 1 will be given for the first component. Then second time, number is 1. So number plus 1, that becomes 2. 0, 2, 0, 3, 0, 4. It keeps on going. Now my number becomes 8. 8 plus 1, 9. So when my number becomes 8, here 9 will be displayed because we are doing number plus 1. Now my number becomes 9. The condition fails. 9 is less than 9. The condition fails. I will come inside this. So now 9 plus 1. So next number will be 10. So that is the reason we have given number plus 1 inside the false part and number plus 1 inside the true part. Because as soon as a number becomes 9, the condition fails and that time 10 has to be displayed. So 9 plus 1, 10. So 10 will be displayed in our result. Now you can see successfully our number is starting from 0, 1, 0, 2, 0, 3, 0, 4 and it keeps on going. Let us now start with one of the important concept, that is thinking about state. So here inside this we are working on first functionality of accordion, that is each and every item is independent of other item state. If I open this first item, I can also open the second item. So all these items I can open at the same time and all these items I can close at the same time. So this is the first functionality where each and every item is independent of other item state, because each and every item will be holding their own state. And here whenever I click on this item, our UI is getting changed. If I click, the content will be hidden. Again if I click, the content will be visible. So that is the most fundamental thing, because whenever we are doing something, our UI is getting updated. So whenever there is some update happening inside UI, then we should be using our piece of state. You should remember each and every item will be operating independently and no item is dependent on other item. So what we can do? We can use the state inside our accordion item.js component, because inside that component itself we are having all these list items data. So separate data will be displayed inside this. So that is the reason we are going to use our state inside accordion item.js. I will be closing all these files. Below this, first let me log this state. Use state. Hit enter. This use state got imported from React library, and inside this I will give the value 7. Come here. Inspect this. Now inside this console, you can see our useState is nothing but it is a function which will be returning array. Inside that, we are having two values. First, we are having the default value, what 7 I have given, that is displayed. And second is the setter function using which we can update our state. So whenever we want to use state, we will be following three steps. First, we are going to define state, then we are going to use state, and then finally we are going to update state. So this array directly I'm just going to destructure. So for first value, I will give is open. Second value, I will give set is open. And from where I have destructured? From this use state. Initially, my content should not be displayed. So here, initial value, I will be giving false. I will remove this. Okay, now this false will be assigned to this is open. Now if I want to update the state, if I want to change the value to true, then using this setter function, we are going to update our state. Now this content, when I want to display, whenever this is open is true, only then I want to display this content. If this is open is false, I do not want to display this answers. Whatever answers I am having here, I do not want to display that. So this entire thing I am going to wrap inside JavaScript mode, and here I will be writing is open conditionally. I am just going to display. If this is false, then do not display anything. If this is true, only display this answer. Save it. Now this is open is false. Now you can see here entire content is hidden. We are not having any content. Why? Because is open is false. Now here I'm just going to change it to true. Save it. Now you can see entire content is visible. But here manually we are not going to do. Let me just change it to false. And also whenever I am going to open, whenever this is true, I just want to change this icon. So this also conditionally I am just going to render. So here I will write if this is open, if this is true, then what I want to display? I want to display minus. If this is false, then I want to display plus. Because if this is false, this content will not be displayed and I should be having plus icon. If this is true, then content will be displayed and I have to display this minus icon. Now you can see initially I am having plus icon because this is open is false. So plus icon will be displayed. Now I will change it to true. So now this is true. Content will be visible and I should be having this minus icon. You can see minus icon is displayed. Let us change back to false. Save it. Now what do we want to do? Whenever we click on this, only then we want to see the result. Now manually we do not want to change to true and false. Whenever we click on this accordion item, only then we want to update the state. Let us work on last functionality of this accordion component, that is working on toggle function. So not only on this plus icon, whenever I click on this accordion container, this item has to be opened. So inside this div, I will be adding on click event handler, on click, and here I will be passing the function as handle toggle. You can pass the entire logic here, but for better readability, we will pass the function name. I will copy, directly do not call the function or else immediately function will be called. Here I will be creating that function. So whenever I click on this div container, what I want to do, I just want to update my state. And for updating the state, we are going to use this setter function. Copy. So initially my is open is false. Whenever I click on this, I just want to change it to true. If it is true, I want to change to false. If it is false, I just want to change to true. So here inside this, I will be passing callback function and I am updating my state based on the current state. So here I will write is open. You can give any name. Then I will write not of is open. That's it. First time, if it is false, when I click on this, not of false will become true. So in that way, it is going to work. I will save it. Come here. Now initially it is false. When I click on this, you can see it became true and I am able to display this data. Again, I will click on this. You can see each and every item is independent of other item and I am able to display this result. Again, when I click on this, it will be closed and all the items I can open at the same time and all the items I can close at the same time because each and every accordion item is independent of other item because they are managing their own state. So this item is not aware whether all the 4 items are open or closed. It is having their own state. Based on that, it is going to work. So that is the reason we have created a state inside accordion item.js. But now what I want, whenever this accordion item is active, I just want to remove the border from here. Instead, I want the border on top. I will come here. This entire thing I'm just going to wrap inside JavaScript mode. Here, in place of double quotes, I will be writing template literal. And here I will check if this is open. If this is true, then what I want to do, I just want to give this active class. If this is false, then I do not want to give any class. Whatever class I am having, that will be displayed. So if this is true, give the active class. If this is false, do not give anything. Let us see the result. Now initially it is false. As soon as I click on this, you can see that border has gone and on top I am having the border. My content is displayed and also this icon is changed. Numbers are displayed in dynamic way 0, 1, 0, 2. We are having different question and also we are having different answer. So for each and every item, the same styling will be applied and we will be having this active class. If I close this, then that active class will be gone and I will be having the default styling. So this is the first functionality of our accordion component where we saw each and every item is independent of other item state. Let us now work on second functionality of our accordion, that is we are going to create accordion single item component and each and every item is going to be dependent on other item. So first inside src folder I will be creating one file. I will write accordion single item.js and inside this file from accordion item I'm just going to copy entire code and inside this I'm just going to paste. I will close this. Now for this, I will be changing the function. Here I will write accordion single item. I will copy this and now this file I am just going to import inside accordion.js. Below this, I will write import accordion single item from accordion single item.js. Now what I will do, in same way how we have rendered this accordion item, similar to this, we are going to render this accordion single item. But below this, I will be writing h3 and for this, I will give the class as FAQ. Inside this, simply, I'm just going to write this text, single item. Okay, only to differentiate both of this functionality, I have written this text. I will come here, this text is displayed. Below this, how we have rendered this accordion item, same thing I will copy. Below this h3 I am going to paste. Now in place of this accordion item I just want to render this accordion single item. Save it. I have not changed anything. What I have done, just copy pasted entire code from this accordion item and I have pasted inside this accordion single item, and I have changed the function name, and inside accordion.js I have imported that, and also I have rendered using map method. Now if I come here, I will be having the same result. If I click on this, everything is going to work, but this will be having the same functionality as the first one. Here, each and every item is independent of each other and they are managing their own state. But inside this accordion single item, we don't want the state to be managed by individual item. We want, if this item is open and if I try to open the second one, this item has to be closed. Only whichever currently it is open, only that has to be opened. So these are the two functionalities. So now we are going to work on this functionality. Let us now see how to create state and on what component we should be creating state. So for this functionality, we have to think a little bit where we should be creating our state. So basically what we are doing, we are building our accordion component which will be having more real world feature. So here in our previous functionality, if I open this, I can also open this, I can also open this, and also I can close all the items at the same time. But now in this functionality, what I want, if I open the first one and as soon as I open the second one, the first one has to be closed. So here for this first functionality, each and every item is controlling their own state. But here, now the second functionality, what we have to create, this item should not be controlling their own state. Instead, our accordion should be having the entire control and our accordion should be knowing which item is currently open and accordingly which item has to be closed. So for example, if I open this second item, as soon as I open the third item, and the accordion will be making this third item as the current one and it is going to close the second one. So for this first functionality, each and every item were having their own state, but for this second functionality, no item will be having their own state. Instead, our accordion has to manage their state. So what we will do, instead of creating the state inside this accordion single item.js, I will remove. Instead of creating the state inside this item, what I will do, I will come inside accordion.js and inside this I will be creating the state. And here I will give current open. You can give any name. Here I will give set current open is equal to use state, and you can see it got imported by itself. Initially, no item has to be opened and by default we will give null. But only for comparison purpose, as of now, I will be giving 1. So what I am telling, I am just creating the state inside accordion.js, which means our accordion will be having control of what item is open and what item has to be closed. So here I have created the state inside accordion.js, and from accordion single item, I have just commented this state. I do not want to create any state inside this component. Instead, I want to create the state inside this accordion.js, which will be controlling which item is open. Currently, default value I have set to 1. Later, we are going to change it to null. Why? Because if we pass null, which means initially when our application is loaded, every item has to be closed. Whenever we click on the accordion item, only then our accordion item content has to be displayed. But as soon as we see the result, here we are having lot of errors. Set open is not defined, is open is not defined. Why? Because inside this accordion single item, we have removed the state, but inside this function, we have passed the state values. But we are going to fix this in a minute. But as of now, You should understand how to manage state, and thinking about the state and where to place the state plays a vital role in React. Let us now see how to pass prop from accordion component to accordion single item component. So here we are having all this error. Now we are going to fix all these errors. First, I will come inside Accordion.js. Inside this, we have created this state and initial value I have set to 1. Now what I will do, this state I will be passing as a prop to this accordion single item component. I will just come down. Here I will be writing current open is equal to, I'm just going to pass this state. I will copy. I have used the same prop name, and for this prop I have passed my state. And this setter function also I'm just going to pass as a prop. And for this function we always use this convention. I will write here on, and after that we can give any name. And inside prop we can also pass variable. We can pass the value as well as we can pass the function. So now inside this I'm just going to pass setter function. So what I have done, from Accordion.js, whatever state I have created, that state values I am passing as a prop to my child component, that is accordion single item component. Now after passing the prop, what I have to do? I have to accept the prop inside accordion single item component. So here I am just going to write current open, and also I will be passing my setter function, that is on open. Successfully I have passed the prop and also I have accepted the prop. Now inside this accordion single item, I am not using any state, so I do not have to import state. I will be removing. Now here I will be creating one variable. Previously we have used this state and we have used this is open, and everywhere we have passed is open. So I will be creating the variable with the same name. I will remove this state. Instead, I'm just going to create normal variable. And for this variable, I am just going to check for the condition. If my number, this is my number, initially number will be 0 because array index is 0 based and we have passed the index number as a prop. So first time number will be 0, second time it will be 1, and it keeps on going. If it is equal to current open, I will save it. Now if I come here, still I am having this error. As of now, let me just comment this out. I will come here. I will refresh once. So now here you can see first item is active. Now if you see here, second item is active. Why? Because inside accordion.js, I have given the default value as 1. So 1 will be assigned to this current open. I will come inside this accordion. So initially, first time my number will be 0. Condition is checked. 0 is equal to 1. Condition is false. So is open is false. So it is false. So once it is false, whatever logic we have written, accordingly it will be displayed. Second time, number is 1. Current open is also 1. Number is equal to 1. Yes, it is. So the condition becomes true. So the second if container, that is our second item, will be active. But now what I want, whenever I click on the items, only then I have to update this current open value. So here I am going to remove. Instead, I will be writing my on open, which will be having our setter function, using which we can update our state. And inside this directly I'm just going to pass number. Why? Because first time when I click for the first item, for that item number will be 0. 0 will be passed here. Then current open becomes 0. 0 is equal to 0. Yes, condition is true. So first item will be opened. I will save. Now I will come to accordion.js. Initially, I want all the items should be closed. So here I will give null. Save it. Come here. You can see initially all the items are closed. Now I am just going to open the third one. You can see third one is opened. But as soon as I open the second one, third one is closed and only second one is opened. Let us understand the logic what we have written. So here I am just going to open the fourth one. Now for this 4, our number will be 3. Why? Because our number is 0 based. 0, 1, 2, 3. So here our number is 3. Number will be assigned as 3, and as soon as I clicked, that number will be passed inside this onOpen function. So as soon as I update this value, that 3 will be passed to this current open. 3 is equal to 3. Yes, it is. So only the fourth container which is having number 3, that will be active, and rest entire thing, for rest all condition becomes false and rest all containers will be closed. I hope you understood this logic. If I give here by default, if I give here 4, save it, come here, you can see by default fifth container is active because here I have given 4, and for fifth item we will have number is equal to 4. So for that condition will become true, only that container will be active and rest all container will be closed. And also whatever stylings we have given, we are having border top and also this icon, entire thing will be changed. But initially I do not want any item to be open, so here I will be giving null. You can see now I will open this. As soon as I open the second one, first one is closed. But for this I will open first one, second one, third one, nothing is closed. Each and every item is managing their own state. But for this second functionality, our accordion is the one who is managing the state. No item is managing their own state. Instead, accordion is managing each and every item state. But now, last thing, if you notice here, again after opening, again when I click on this, it is not going to close. But as soon as I open the second item, first one will be closed. But for this, as soon as I click on this, nothing happens and this item is not going to close. So here what we will do, we are going to pass our is open. Once this is true, what we will do, we will set it to null. If it is not true, we are going to set to number. So if it is currently open, again when I click on this, what I am just going to do, I am just going to set to default value, that is null. Once I set to null, all the items will be closed. If it is false, then I am just simply setting it to number. I will come here. I will just come to second functionality. Now I am just going to click on this. You can see once it is open, once this condition is true, and again when I click on this, what happens? It is going to set to null. Null will be given to current open, then that will be closed. But if this is open is false, what I am doing? I am just setting it to number. So here, as soon as I click on this, my current open will be given the number and this first container will be opened. Now is open is true. So again when I click on this, item, as soon as my is open is true, what I am doing? I am just setting the value to null. If it is false, I am setting to number. If it is true, I am just setting it to null so that our item will be closed. Let me show you last functionality of this project, that is passing children prop. Using this children prop, we can create complex pattern in our projects. I will come inside accordion.js. So for passing the children prop, what we are going to do, we are going to create this component similar to our HTML element. Inside HTML element, what we will have? We will have opening tag, then we are going to have some content, then we are going to have this closing tag. Similarly, to pass this children prop, we are going to follow the same concept. Now, instead of passing this answer, I will remove this answer. Before that, let me copy. I will remove this answer prop, and also I will remove this self-closing accordion item. And here I will be closing this accordion single item. This is the opening tag and this is the closing tag. In between, we can pass the content. And content what I have passed? I have passed item dot answered. Now I will save this. If I come here for accordion item, everything is working fine. We have question, we have answer, and our entire state is working. But for this accordion single item, as soon as I open, you can see I am not having any content displayed because I have removed the prop from here. Instead, I have passed this answer as a content for this item. Now, I will come inside accordion single item. Now here, I do not have to receive this answer prop because I have removed answer prop. Instead, what I have to pass? I have to pass children prop. Okay, this is the exact same name you have to follow, and this children prop will be having the content which is wrapped inside opening tag and closing tag. Now here we are having this answer. Now in place of answer, I'm just going to write children. Save it. Come here. Now you can see again whatever answer or whatever content we are having successfully, I am able to display this content. Now the question is why we have created this children prop. If I show you, we can create complex pattern using this children prop. So what I will do, I will just copy this entire accordion and below this I'm going to paste, and in place of this I will write UL. I will be writing LI. I will write mango. I will copy this. Below this I will be writing apple. Then again paste, and here I will be writing grapes. You can see I can pass any content inside this, but here I will remove. Instead, simply I'm just going to pass here title. Number I will give here 23, and rest entire thing will be same. Save it. Come here. Now you can see I have given the number as 24. I have given the title. If I open, whatever content I have passed, that will be given to the children prop, and I have accepted the prop, and while displaying, I am displaying this children prop. So if you want to create this kind of complex pattern, you can use children prop instead of passing the normal prop. Let me just remove this. If you want, you can keep for your reference. So successfully, we have completed our multifunctionality accordion project, where first functionality, each and every item will be managing their own state, and second functionality, our accordion is the one who will be managing this item state. I hope you understood this project. Once you understand this project, you will be able to think where a state has to be placed, how the component will be reacting to different state, how it should be updated. So you have to practice. Only then you will be able to master states in React.